So my name's Lee. I'm an account executive at Talkable. Talkable has been around for 8 years now. We started off graduating from the Y Combinator program in San Francisco. We have an office in San Francisco, California. I'm based out of our office here in New York. We also have an international office in Kiev over in the Ukraine. Our main focus is driving referrals to business-to-consumer e-commerce stores. We have a really lightweight integration. It's just a couple lines of JavaScript that allows us to show pages on your website to send referrals to your friends, whether that's via email, Facebook, copy and pasting a link if you wanted to post on your blog. We work really closely with companies like Shopify, Demandware, Magento. And our goal really is to turn referral marketing into a repeatable revenue stream. I think one of the things that we've seen is Facebook ads, Google ads continue to get more expensive. They drive a lot of traffic to all of these websites, but we want to capitalize on that traffic. We've seen that referrals are a great way to not only find new business, but find high quality customers. One of the stats that really sticks out to us is the lifetime value of a customer that comes in through a referral, as you can imagine, is much higher than somebody who finds your website, whether they click on it on Facebook or find it organically. And so Talkable wants to be the tool that gives your brand, your website, your business the ability to have that offline, online word of mouth. So we facilitate that process, obviously have tools in place to run A/B test, segmentation. We have a lot of fraud settings on the back end as well. But at a high level, we want to drive more referrals for your business, as well as be a partner to you, match up with your marketing calendar and use referrals beyond just sending to your friend, but also through a campaign-based approach so that when you guys or your businesses are running a Mother's Day campaign or a Black Friday campaign that we just wrapped up hundreds of those, that we can actually use referrals to boost that word of mouth as well.
Nice. That's fantastic. It's interesting. I find referral marketing to be possibly one of the most underutilized strategies from most sellers. And I don't really understand it. So obviously, a little bit about us, people who are watching us do as well. We do a ton of stuff on Amazon as well. And Amazon's always tied up with reviews. And of course, we've done work with Yotpo and Trustpilot and all of them. And of course, they're all tied to reviews too. And really the big reason that reviews work so well is social proof. So it's, people look at the imagery of a product and they ignore all the description and stuff. They just want to know, what do people have to say about it? And the interesting thing that no one ever thinks about is they're always so bent on getting those reviews and getting as many reviews as they can. But that is hundreds of strangers, when in reality, one friend tells you that this product is great. And that is equivalent to hundreds of strangers saying that it's great as well. And it's amazing how many situations, I've been able to see, how consumers act, whether we're doing some kind of trial thing to test or whatever. And a lot of times, if a product has hundreds of reviews and they're good reviews, they will most likely convert and purchase. But if a friend tells them about something on a product that has 0 reviews, they will still be just as likely to purchase. And that blows my mind, that there's such leverage with referral marketing, and yet it seems to me that it's usually underutilized, just because a lot of the sellers we tend to work with, they come in, they don't have a referral program set up, and I'm like, why? That doesn't make any sense. And chances are, as a business, it's brilliant, because there's a good chance that the consumer you're trying to reach has friends that are very similar to that consumer as well.
Exactly. What I like to say is, your best customer today definitely knows who your best customer is tomorrow. If I buy a pair
I'm gonna
of
steal
khakis
that
online, yeah, go for it. Quote me on that. If I buy a pair of khakis online, there's a good chance that I'm hanging out with a bunch of other people that want to buy khakis online, and so people talk about it. I think reviews are very powerful social proof. Obviously, when I buy anything on Amazon or any website, I look at the reviews as well, but just having that personal touch, saying, hey, I bought this, I think you would enjoy this. Here is X% off your first purchase just to try it. That's where Talkable comes in.
Nice. So one of the biggest questions I tend to get about referral programs, what should my incentive be, right? And I know that that's always a loaded question because there's so many factors. And I know that even right now, I'm about to ask you that question and you're probably going, I don't know, like whatever you want it to be, but I still have to ask the question. So what do you usually see? So maybe we don't do an amount, but is it usually cash, or is there a percentage off, or is it like not a referral, because we're talking about referrals, raffles? Like what do you tend to see works the best?
Yeah, I think this is definitely the first question that comes up right before we launch the program. You have to obviously establish what the offer is going to be. In terms of best practices, what we like to start out with is 20% off the average order value that you're currently seeing. Obviously, there is a lot of different types of businesses out there. If you're selling a higher priced item, 20% off might work for you. But if you're selling, for instance, lipstick or any sort of lower priced item, 20% off might be too much. So in terms of structuring the reward, we look at it on two different sides. Obviously, there needs to be a reward for the advocate or the person sharing. There also needs to be a reward for the friend. So with Talkable, we give you the flexibility to test the reward on both sides, so we can actually figure out for your brand, is it 20% off or is it just $5 off?
Yeah.
We can test that 50-50. We can do a lot of different, types of campaigns as well. Let's say you're not comfortable giving away 20% off for just referring one person, but if somebody refers two people, that makes it a little bit more lucrative to you. So we can set up more of a tiered campaign approach. I think the most important thing when you're sort of thinking about that offer is it has to be attractive to the advocate to share.
Yeah.
And on any e-commerce sites, when you're talking to the product team, the e-commerce team, even the marketing team, the hardest part is lobbying for real estate on the website. Everyone wants their little nook and cranny for their widget or for their deal. So one of the things that we've seen in the industry is signing up for the email newsletter is typically 10 to 15% off. And if you're going to launch a successful referral program, the offer needs to be a little bit stronger than just a typical sign up. If you think about it in the mind of the consumer, if I can type in my email address and get 15% off, or I can share with a friend and get 15% off, it's a lot easier for me to just type in my email address. And so with the competing offers on site, we try and steer people and say, hey, looks like it's 15% off for signing up for the email newsletter. If that's the highest you can go for percentage, let's use $1 off instead for the referral program. It looks different. It looks a little bit more fresh, but making sure that if there are competing offers, that the one for the referral program is a little bit stronger, because we view it more as a reward more than a discount. Obviously, the customer has to not only share with their friends, but their friend has to go through and make a first-time purchase as well.
Nice. So you and I both know that Talkable is not like some of the standard ones out there where it's just kind of like, hey, here, customize this pop-up, customize this email, great, now you have a referral program. You guys have a pretty robust back end in terms of like analytics. Obviously, you have A/B testing, which you just talked about. Can you give me a little insight on, what some of the availabilities are in the back end of being able to track this kind of stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the power of Talkable and the way that we view referrals is at such a granular level. A lot of the times when I'm talking to somebody who has an in-house program already, the best way to describe the Talkable analytics is we really break it out into two different funnels for referrals. The first funnel is the advocate side, or as we call it, the people that are sharing. And so this is the top of the funnel for referrals. How do we get more people to share? And that's where that A/B test optimization comes in with the offer. Advocates aren't sharing, let's increase the offer, or let's change it from percentage to dollar off, get more people to share. The more people that share come down the funnel. Obviously at the bottom of that is they're friends that are clicking on those links. So whether I share via email or whether I share via Facebook, we need to get people to actually click on those links and come back to the site. And so we do a lot of optimizations with the emails as well, whether that's subject line, whether that's a call to action in the email that says, instead of get your discount, we can change it to limited time offer to see if that's going to generate more clicks. Once we've sort of optimized the top of the funnel, where the clicks are coming in, people are coming back to the website, then we have to optimize the bottom of the funnel, which is converting into an actual customer. And so some of the things that we do on that is, one, on the fraud section. Obviously with referrals, it's very rampant for people to try and email themselves or try to refer themselves. And so we have fraud settings on the back end that can block these people from self-referring themselves based on cookie, based on email address, based on shipping address. We have a number of other settings on the back end. We've positioned ourselves a little bit in the mid-market enterprise in the market here. And so having those fraud settings are really important, especially if you want to come out with a $75 coupon. We want to make sure that we can button that up on the back end. And then it comes down to segmentation. I think one of the main parts of Talkable that almost gets overlooked is our segmentation ability post-purchase. So when you're segmenting people on site, obviously you're segmenting versus first-time customer, maybe a third-time customer. You're doing a lot of segmentation already. Why not do it in the referral program as well? And so some of the segmentation that we've been doing recently is, after somebody checks out, we can segment that offer based on how much they've purchased. For instance, if I'm checking out on a website and I spend $500, I probably know somebody else that can spend $500. So instead of showing me a $5 offer, let's show Lee a completely different offer. So get him to share with a high value friend as well. We can also segment based on share history. So let's say I've checked out on your website 3 times. Obviously I'm a loyal customer, but I haven't shared with anyone. Let's serve Lee a completely different offer this time to see, hey, maybe instead of 20%, we show him $20. That's going to give him over the line and to continue sharing to fill that top of funnel. So in terms of analytics and reporting, on the dashboard, you can see exactly which channels are performing the best in terms of referrals. So by channels, I mean, is email performing the best? Or are people clicking on more Facebook shares and converting through the website? Are people direct links? 70% of your conversions are coming through on email and only 10% are coming through on Facebook. Let's optimize that email and try and get that up a little bit, maybe spend less time on Facebook. So we give you a high level view of how much revenue you're making. Obviously that's the one stat everyone wants to look at a dashboard. How much money is this making us? But on the back end, we have reporting around the emails, A/B testing, segmentation, and fraud settings as well.
Beautiful. Lee, I love to keep these like straight to the point, learn a little bit about you guys. That was honestly, like, I feel like I know all about Talkable now.
Perfect.
That was great. I love that. I really appreciate it. Of course, I'm pretty sure we already told you this. This goes up on our YouTube and we do a whole blog and all that stuff. So it'll end up being everywhere. Yep. Can you just let everyone know like how they can find out a little bit more about Talkable and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first place to start obviously is our website, talkable.com. We've got some blog posts up there as well, just talking about some industry news. I think one of the best parts about having a company like Talkable partnering with you is we have a lot of headcounts in terms of customer success managers, account managers, and we want to work with the businesses to make them successful. So our sales process is less, here's what we can do, here's how much it costs, and more, how can we help you achieve X, Y, and Z goal? What level of service are you looking for? So if you have a referral program up and running and you want to learn some of our best practices, I would love to connect with you. You can find me, you can email me, Lee at Talkable. Or if you're just interested in some of the features that we're going to be launching next year, I think Q1 is going to be a huge year, not only for digital marketing, but for Talkable in terms of other campaigns that we can run, whether that's rewards, loyalty, whether that's giveaways, whether that's collecting more emails. I think we're innovating pretty quickly. And so each year, Talkable are coming out with new products that are sort of canvassing the digital marketplace and also looping them into one tool that you can log into to drive traffic to your website as well as revenue.
Perfect. Lee, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, buddy. Enjoy your
Absolutely.
Friday, and I'm sure I will talk to you again soon. All right, buddy?
Sounds good. Excited for the blog post.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good one.
So yeah, happy Friday.
Bye.